Welcome to Lost Girl Therapy. I am going to be perfectly honest. I have never heard an avoidant say that, but it is not impossible that they could say that. One of the hallmarks of the avoidant is that they're not really in tune with their feelings, but that is not to say that they do not have an awareness to some degree of what they want out of life. And if you're in a conversation with an avoidant and they say like, I know what I want, I just can't give you it. The question then becomes, what would it take to get them from point A to point B? And how much of that work is them or is your relationship? And those are two very different approaches. There's certain emotional work that an avoidant needs to go through to get in touch with their feelings, to identify what is important to them, how they navigate life changes, and just how they want to show up for a person who's important in their life. Then there is the interpersonal dynamic. There is the relational approach that becomes so pivotal. And in that space, that is where an avoidant, if they've done the work, and their partner, if they've also done the work, can build a different version of life, even if the avoidant had previously said, I don't know if I'm capable. But the key here is the avoidant has had to do the work. If they have not, we run into the very classic anxious avoidant dynamic where the anxious or disorganized partner begins to take over doing the work for the avoidant. They overcompensate. They try to kind of fill in the gaps that the avoidant simply has not stepped into yet. And that is where we get into spaces of high tension, high resentment, and sometimes, not always, sometimes the avoidant begins to do less in the relationship simply because the other person is doing the lion's share of the emotional processing, so they don't have to do the work themselves.